Hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Annie News. I'm so excited for this. I know probably most people won't even care now, but I was really enjoying the cut content videos from Annie News for Tower of God, because I'm still recommending Season 1 of Tower of God to people now. My mate Mark the other day, he said he was really disappointed in Tokyo Ghoul Re, because he's a huge fan of the manga and that, and he was like, oh my god, I just felt so sad when I read it. It was just like, what have they done? I was like, just watch Tower of God Season 1. It starts off slow, but at the end you're just going to be like, whoa, I can't wait to see what happens next. But I really like seeing what's changed, what was cut and that, because loads of people said that it was rushed. So these were really good to check out. I did 1 to 6, so I'm continuing to think there's 7, 8, 9 and 10. And then he's done the ending explained, and he's got the positions explained as well, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't think he's done 11, and I don't think he's going to go on to it now because he's doing ReZero and all these and other things that he's getting views on, so I understand. But we're going to check out what he's got. So let's check out episode 7's cut content for Tower of God. Can't remember what episode this is, but obviously as he's going in, here we go. Oh, is this... Right, yeah, we got the backstory on these two. Oh, this was a cool episode. Oh, okay, cool.
So let's do as we usually do and take a look at what exactly
let's do as we do, eh?
7 of Tower of God.
Alright.
We'll start things off at the beginning of the fisherman test. The instructor for this class was a ranker named Hex. Rather than give them a lecture, she instead decided to have them take part in a special test of
Yeah, it was like just push them off, wasn't it?
One of the 8 people to remain standing on the platforms, and you pass the test.
Yeah.
Not only that, but your ability to make the others fall off was being assessed as well.
And she just ran through them.
was designed to be more like a culling of the initial group. The fall wasn't so high that anyone would die from
but it would hurt.
But it was enough to make you too injured to participate in the next class.
Yeah.
So falling here was essentially the equivalent of failing altogether. There was definitely a lot more at stake here, and that's what the instructor wanted to make clear. So both ANAAK and ENDORSI now had the opportunity.
Look at how they're drawn in this, man.
It also made the test itself a lot more stressful for the other regulars.
It's like, oh god, I like my legs.
She didn't really have to worry at all. I mean, she was well aware that no one would be dumb enough to challenge her.
Try it. Just try it.
It's unlikely that anyone aside from ANAAK could even make the jump across.
Because they got the power of jihad.
So really, all she had to worry about was a single person.
Is it?
Of course,
is that the what it's called? The king.
The points from the others. But it's for the very reason that ENDORSI was who she was that ANAAK was challenging her in the first place. So after their initial confrontation,
it's one of the princesses.
The comment ANAAK made about ENDORSI being a fake
jihad, yeah,
seemed to strike a certain nerve. It's why she decided to throw away her needle.
I don't need this.
She wasn't going to need it to teach this imposter the difference between.
You're not a real princess of jihad.
That's how confident she was in her own ability.
You imposter.
Now, before the fight could go any further, we switch over to the classes with the light bearers. It's here that we get our first look at the lighthouses and their functionalities. But since I'm doing a video on all the positions later this week, all you really need to know for now is that lighthouses work towards gathering and controlling the flow of information. That's pretty much what we see.
Yeah, you don't get much shown as to how they actually help at all in the show, I guess.
Information on their fellow regulars. By using the data search cube and connecting it to the main cube, Kun could inquire on anyone that he wanted.
Oh.
It was a good opportunity to look into the case involving the 2 princesses. You see, Kun was suspicious of ANAAK because only one princess was chosen every couple hundred years.
Oh.
So for there to be
2, it's like, what's going on?
Well, that was highly abnormal.
Right, yeah, you would start questioning that, wouldn't you? This isn't right. What's going on here? This is rather irregular. So I did that.
Can only be given to a chosen princess. The keyword here being
chosen.
In order for a princess to be chosen, they first had to be a ranker.
Right.
So, ANAAK having the green April and being on the floor of test were 2 things that just didn't coincide.
Contradictory, yeah.
That's what led Kun to find the fate of the real ANAAK. Switching back to the fisherman test now, ENDORSI was leading ANAAK in a way that would cause her to knock out all the other regulars. She was basically getting ANAAK to do all the work for her.
Just like, you take that one out, and you take that one out, and okay, cool.
Make the others fall off while only dodging.
That's class.
Even after ANAAK used Shinsu to strengthen her body, she still found herself to be outmatched.
Yeah, like, bam.
ENDORSI had seen enough to figure out who exactly ANAAK was. You see, she was already aware that the real ANAAK Jihad died long ago.
Right, she knew.
The fact that the ANAAK in front of her now possessed both a similar power and the Green April meant only one thing was possible. She had to be ANAAK Jihad's missing daughter. This brings us now to the beginning of episode 7, Lunch and Tag. covering chapter 33 to chapter 37 of the webtoon.
Right, okay, so it's
We
4
start
chapters.
things off
3,
with a
3, 4,
slight bit
5,
of
6, 7, 5
exposition
chapters.
behind the king and his princesses. The king wasn't just the first person to climb the tower.
No?
He was the first person to ever make a contract with the tower's administrator.
Oh.
Only after using that power to establish his own kingdom did he start to introduce the princesses to the world. These princesses were more than just displays of
Whoa, that's cool.
Each of them served as a sword whose sole purpose was to protect the kingdom that
Right,
Jahad
okay,
had
be
built.
like one of his,
Because
right.
they were so powerful, many residents of the tower began to worship them as gods,
Mm.
only adding to the fame they already had as daughters of the 10 great families, of which we were given our first glimpse of each of their sigils. Now,
Cool.
though the details
Alright.
aren't quite mentioned, the princesses were in fact given a portion of Jahad's power in a special way.
Special way.
The only
How's
thing we
that?
know about it is that it didn't involve having his blood flow through their veins.
Oh.
No, the power
I hope
was
it's not something
transferred
gross.
through some other means. So that's a bit more context behind the princesses and their power. It leads us into the story of ANAAK's mother a little bit better. We learn that after she was chosen to become a princess, she quickly rushed to become a ranker. It was her ability she displayed while doing so that allowed her to receive the Green April as a reward.
Right, okay.
The thing is, the real ANAAK Jahad secretly loved another man.
Oh no, and
that
she
love resulted in a
broken
baby that
one of the
she couldn't
rules.
possibly
Yeah.
give up. So, with very few options remaining, the only thing that she could really do was run away and hope to never be found.
But she was
It
found.
didn't take long though for the king to hear of this news, and when he did, he immediately ordered that they be found and executed.
Damn.
However, the Green April was never recovered. It gave birth to this rumor that perhaps ANAAK's daughter was still alive and now possessed that weapon. A rumor that was only recently proven to be true.
When she has it
This
there.
was-
It's like, okay, we were right all along, guys.
She wanted to know why her sister would choose the misfortune that came with bearing a child over the life of luxury she could live as a princess. It was a question that brought back the memories of when ANAAK was with her mother. What we didn't get to see in the anime was how ANAAK's mother was always complaining about the life that she had chosen.
Oh.
She'd always get into these arguments with the man that she had married. Then she'd continue to walk around the house and state how great her life would have been
Could
had she
have
not
been.
married him.
Ah.
It always made little ANAAK wonder why her mother got
Even
married
bothered.
at all.
Yeah.
So, when she finally asked, her mom would always say that she'd been tricked, seduced by the temptations of this man who promised her happiness. Yet, the way that she said this didn't seem to bear any resentment.
No.
Despite what ANAAK's mother was saying, she always looked quite content with the way things were. From what ANAAK could remember, her mother didn't actually seem unhappy with the choice that she'd made.
No.
The only misfortune she'd experienced in her entire life was when the man who tricked her into marrying him died at the hands of her own sister. It's the reason why ANAAK was where she was now. Her being on the floor of test was to get revenge for the death of her parents.
Yeah, she wanted to,
The only
like,
goal
find
she
who did
has
it and
is
kill
to
him.
kill every Jahad in the tower, starting, of course, with ENDORSI. As we saw, this only resulted in both of them
Falling off, yeah, and then being like, ah, god damn it, man. Yeah, this sucks, dude.
Their initial banter leads us to find out that ANAAK is actually older than ENDORSI, meaning that ANAAK is also over 300 years
Whoa, she old.
As I mentioned last episode, because Shinsu can be used to stop the body.
That's no excuse for some weird stuff now, guys, on the internet. Please don't. Gross. Eek.
SIU's notes,
You weirdos.
years lived is far less important in comparison to the body's
Oh,
age
RIP,
and
dude.
initial traits. But what residents of the tower care about the most is power and position. That's what dictates seniority.
Power
It's
and
why
position.
Yuri and
Yeah.
Yuri take such an important role with
Anyway.
Their status as a member from the 10 great families automatically places them above everyone else. In any case, the two princesses would eventually calm down and have an actual conversation.
They'd actually
leading us
talk
into
like
another
civilized
flashback
people.
of ANAAK's
Who would
last
have
moments
thought,
with her
hey?
mother. Other than the entire forest being set ablaze, the only difference was us getting a glimpse of the man who helped ANAAK escape.
Oh.
We don't really get a good look at their face, but
Ooh,
it was
that-
definitely someone who resembled Evan.
Hey, yeah, it looks just like
that
him.
was pretty much it for the princesses. At least the parts with ANAAK anyway. Now we shift back to Bam and the rest of the wave controllers. Even with all this training, Bam hadn't surpassed Ho yet. Both could only pop 2 balloons at most
Pop,
during
pop.
the exercises. So Ho was rather relieved to see that he was still on
He's
par
like,
with
oh,
Bam's
thank God.
brothers. What
Be asked for
was
this
more
dude taking
amazing,
over me in
though,
power.
was that Larry was now teaching Bam how to control Shinsu better. Even though the two were competing for the same spot,
Yeah.
Larry didn't care as much since he knew his position as one of the passing wave controllers was
It's like, I'll be fine.
Regardless of how he did on the tests or how much Bam improved, nothing would change that fact. So, in actuality, there was only one wave controller position left. And That's what made things all the more stressful for Ho.
Uh.
While not too many people were able to identify Ho's imminent breakdown of character,
Mm-hmm.
Hwa Yoon is shown to be one of the few who has. It's
She
more
knows.
clear that this is the case in the webtoon.
She's important. I can't wait to find out what she's actually doing in the show.
As Bam and Kun discuss
The ending of this series was so good.
Kun bound the whole thing to be comedic, whereas Bam wanted to help. It's here that Kun finally decides to confront Bam on his white knight personality. You see, Bam always seemed to have the naive idea that he could simply help everyone all the time.
Yeah.
But that was a mentality not suited to climbing the tower.
No, because you gotta fight people
What Kun
eventually.
wanted to help Bam understand was that with the way the tower was structured, his or anyone else's success will always come at the expense of someone else's.
All of those people, yeah, man. You're gonna have to realize that's a point. I can't wait to see season 2.
If he chooses to continue his journey up the tower, then he'll have to make other people fail as well. It was impossible to follow through with the ideology that everyone could be happy. God wasn't so kind. If that was something Bam had a problem with, then he'd have to take it up with whoever that God was at the top of the tower. Yes, those were
Gonna have to
harsh
find
words to
the
hear,
truth at the
but
top.
It was the truth. Though, even after saying all of that, Kun did actually have an idea that could assist most of Bam's friends. As we saw, bribing ENDORSI with food was the best way to help Shimizu and
Go
Hans pass
for
the
it.
test, all while conserving the little points that ENDORSI had left. So, as Bam tempted ENDORSI by literally dangling food in front of her, there was a bit to their conversation that went to developing ENDORSI's personality. It was in this moment that ENDORSI went from her normal, calm and composed manner to that more fitting of a modern teenage girl.
Oh,
For context, twice we've seen her order the special meal in the anime.
yes.
In the webtoon, this meal was one that didn't have any meat on it.
Oh.
It's for personal reasons that she chooses not to eat any meat. No matter how much Bam would insist, she would continue to refuse to eat the eel. The thing is, she also didn't want to make it seem like she was on a diet either. So, as she kept making up excuses as to
I
why
like this. More personality, yeah.
she slowly became more and more like this normal modern girl,
Cool.
putting on a personality more fitting to the age that she looked. This was the true ENDORSI that existed behind the princess. A girl that
She's trying to put on a
is
front.
fully mature.
Yeah.
But more than that, she's a type of girl that goes to great lengths to take care of her looks. A girl that stresses
Well, look at
about
the
how much she
eyeliner and all
looks.
that.
And even though she may not seem like it, she's a girl that enjoys being called pretty by the others.
Aw.
All in all, this was a really good scene to help push forward ENDORSI's character.
Right. That's
It
cool.
even ended on a symbolic shot of her high heels that she finally decided to set aside.
Oh, that's
Almost
cool. I
as if
like
to
that.
avoid the
It's like,
beginning of
come
what she
on, I
said.
just need to, like, stop acting like this for a
We do
bit.
know that she's changing, as she's only seen wearing regular shoes after this.
Oh,
showing
cool.
that she's starting to care less about how she
God,
looks and
little
actually
details,
cares
man.
more for the others around
Little
her.
details.
Anyway, Shimizu was given the same task to handle with ANAAK, except ANAAK was a little less understanding and immediately demanded that he put down the food. Of course, out of fear for his own life, he obeyed without saying anything else.
Please run me.
Now, when we get to the cafeteria, unlike how the anime showed Rachel saving her points, she was actually spending more so that she could order her food as takeout.
Oh.
While she waited for her meal, she could overhear everyone else talking about Bam's encounter with Yuri. As it would turn out, Yuri's actual nickname was the Effenberg of Jihad.
Effenberg of
a reference to the German
Jihad.
soccer player who was known for his volatile and aggressive personality.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Go
I
ahead.
guess imp implies the same thing anyway. Next, we have
This
scene where
adds to,
ENDORSI
like,
and
a
Rachel.
build-up of,
The
like,
anime made it
oh, at
seem
the
as if
end.
Rachel
Ah,
was
right.
frustrated by what ENDORSI said.
So she's hearing the
But
conversations
really,
and
it was
stuff.
practically the
Wow.
opposite of that. Rachel showed absolutely no response to ENDORSI's words.
Huh.
She honestly couldn't be bothered by them. On the other hand, ENDORSI seemed as if she was rather perturbed by the one-sided relationship Bam and Rachel shared. Almost to the point that she would just go and reveal everything to Bam. So, it would seem that ENDORSI is becoming a bit more sympathetic towards Bam over Rachel. After this, we get to another one of
Adds
the
to
wave
it.
control lessons.
Oh.
This one went to explain a bit more about how Shinsu worked in combat. Wave controllers utilize Shinsu in clusters referred to as bangs.
Bang.
Each bang is one ball of Shinsu and is made up of two components, size and consistency. Both are very important. But
Jesus,
what
they really
matters
did,
most is
like,
the number of bang that
miss
any
out quite a lot of
individual
details,
can
didn't they? Jesus Christ, there's so much stuff in this.
If you were to fight someone who could control more bang than you, then they would always be able to overwhelm you with their attacks.
Right.
It would be impossible for you to block all of them since you couldn't match their output.
Yeah.
The thing is, controlling multiple bangs is one of the hardest things to learn.
Right, so
It takes
one at a
great skill
time.
to master the materialization of more than one. It's
Whoa.
almost like trying to learn how to use multiple arms.
Hmm.
Even learning how to use one bang took 2 years for Yuga himself to master. And even even then, people still called him a genius. Yet, here was Bam, 2 weeks later having performed the same feat. So, what did that make him? Yuga was well aware of Bam's significant talent, and because of that he wanted Bam to know that his talent will inevitably be the root cause of others' envy.
Ooh.
This was a very
Yep,
important lesson,
and it is.
and it leads us into Ho's scene a bit more ominously. As Bam continued to excel at controlling Shinsu, Ho's goals began to stray farther from his sight.
Yep.
It brought with it this crushing sense of defeat that he felt he could do nothing about. That was up until he received the
The
note.
letter. Oh my
Webtoon.
god.
This scene had additional important details that the anime left out.
Really?
The note itself read the following. It made it very clear that in order to make
God,
Bam
idea.
fail, all Ho had to do was use
Fail
Rachel.
the test.
Clearly, someone had taken note of Ho's distress. But when he went outside to check who that person was, no one could be found.
Oh.
The commotion Ho was making caused his neighbor to come out and check what was
Oh.
going on. But Ho, with a now calm expression, simply disregarded him, leaving his neighbor to wonder why he was acting so strangely.
Oh wow.
That may not seem important now, but it does have some meaning later.
Oh whoa. Okay.
Anyway, that brings us right to the start of the joint test, the main event of next week's video. So be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss that one or the video on all the positions coming out this weekend. But yeah, that's pretty much all for today. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this type of anime content, then you already know what to do. So until next time.
Ciao. Sweet. Oh my god. So much interesting stuff cut out, man. Like, whoa. That was boss. That was dead good. Jeez. Attention to detail on the characters as well. I like how she did the little details. Take my heels off. I'm going to wear shoes. I feel more comfortable around these people now. I need to just be myself. Little things like that are so awesome. I need some more Season 2 Tower Guide. But all this stuff also helps make sense as well. Like with the whole why Rachel is as she is at the end. She's getting more and more wound up by how Bam is getting close to everyone around him. And she just... no one cares. She can just... you know... bye. Yeah, I like that as well. She gets it to take away, so she has to pay more to take away. From what I think I understood that. Interesting. Cool. Right. Gotta carry on with these because I love these and I'm loving being back on the videos. And yeah, I am just sticking with one video a day. So I understand if people aren't watching all my videos every day, it's fine because everything is a different one. Sometimes I'm watching funny stuff, sometimes I'm watching abridgments, sometimes I'm watching like informative, sometimes I'm watching like hypothetical versus videos. But thank you guys very much for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys, next time.